tuning in. And as you can see today, we have a little bit of a different background because I'm currently in Madrid. So today I wanted to do another brand review because you guys really seem to be enjoying these, and I actually really love filming them and kind of giving you an overview of what products I love from a brand, what I haven't loved so much. And although, like I've mentioned in past videos, unfortunately, I am not able to try every single product in a brand. For brands where I think I've used quite a few different products, maybe from their skincare range and their makeup range and so on, I think I can give a pretty good overview of what I have loved and haven't loved so much over the years that I've used the brand. So today, the brand in question is Estee Lauder. And I have done a blog post about this one when I first started my blog, saying that, you know, I think it's a really good brand actually, and it's really not spoken all that much about on the internet. I don't think it's that popular amongst bloggers. I don't know if it's because it's more popular with older people, or I'm just not sure actually. I just don't see too much about this brand being spoken about on social media, on YouTube or on blogs, and I actually think it's a really, really great brand. So today I want to give you an overview of what I have loved and what I haven't loved so much. There's a bit of makeup, a bit of skincare, so I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and please don't forget to subscribe if you already haven't. I upload twice a week and I would love to have you back on the channel. There's a little subscribe button below and also a little bell right next to it, which you shouldn't forget to ding, because that means you will get a notification every time I upload a new video. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So Estee Lauder is a brand that's been around for super long. It's a classic. It was started in the 1940s and it started only with 4 products, and now it has everything from skincare to makeup to perfumes, and it has a lot of other brands under its umbrella. It's a brand that I think, especially when it started, it created a lot of revolutionary products. It was an American brand, and you know, they really pushed the boat with a lot of stuff. And I think over the years, they've definitely had a lot of cult products, both in makeup and in skincare. You know, with foundation, they've had the Double Wear foundation, which has been a real cult classic. And with skincare, they've had things like the All Night Repair Serum, which has been, you know, something that women have loved over the years. But again, I feel like a lot of their products have been focused maybe a little bit more on more mature skin, and that's maybe why they haven't received so much hype on the internet. But I actually really love some of their products, and it was one of the first brands that I started using when I started getting into kind of makeup and skincare and everything else, because my mum really loved this brand, and she had a lot of products from the brand, and actually was some of the first stuff I started using. So ever since then, I've kind of stuck to the brand, and for a lot of years I was super loyal to it. Then obviously I started discovering other things as I started to kind of explore on my own. I started seeing a lot more brands and a lot of stuff that was maybe directed to a more younger audience, and I sort of kind of pushed the brand to the side and forgot a little bit about it. But as the years have gone by, I have realized that a lot of the products that they had are amazing. I haven't found anything better in other brands, and I have kind of gone back to them. So today I want to tell you about all those products that I've loved, and some which, I mean, I haven't hated. I don't think there's anything about the brand that I really disliked, but there are products which were maybe just, you know, average, just not as amazing as some of the other products they have. So without further ado, let's get started. So starting off with skincare, I want to talk to you about the Advanced, not All Nighter, I don't know what I said before, but yeah, the Advanced Night Repair Serum. This serum has been a real cult classic, and as you can see, mine is really well loved. Everything like on the bottle has literally come off. And this product, I mean, it's come on magazines as the best product of the year a number of times. It's won loads of beauty awards, and yeah, it's definitely worth the hype it's had on media. Again, I feel it's a product that's maybe directed at a little bit more mature skin, but younger skin can definitely take advantage of it as well, and that's why I want to tell you about it, because whether you're mature or you're younger, this serum can definitely change your life, because it definitely makes skin a lot better. So the serum comes with a pipette, and you basically take it out. It's kind of thick and gloopy when you first get it out, and it's got like a slight orange tint to it. And basically a couple of drops are literally everything you need for your whole face. A little bit goes a long way. So this is the larger bottle that I think you can only get in airports, but literally this will last you for months and months and months because you need the tiniest amount. If you've got more mature skin, it might be good to use it kind of morning and evening underneath your moisturizer. But if you're younger, I only use it in the evening because, or maybe if you have really dry skin maybe as well, it would be good to use it morning and evening. But for me, that I have combination to oily skin, I find that this is kind of good enough just using it in the evening underneath my moisturizer or underneath the oil I'm using that night. So this literally, like I said, you just need 2 drops and it makes the biggest difference. It plumps your skin. If you have fine lines, you will literally see that over time they are reduced. I don't really have a lot of fine lines, but I know this from my mum who uses it as well. You know, she's in her 50s and definitely she has taken advantage of the benefits of this serum because, like I said, it's good for all ages. Don't think that because it's kind of a really deep hydrating treatment, it's oily. It definitely isn't. I have very oily skin, especially down my T-zone, and this has never broken me out. It's actually pretty good to treat breakouts, and I find that when I put it on in my breakout areas, they literally get better overnight, maybe 2-3 days, and they're literally gone. Again, it's really good to hydrate, to plump. It gives brightness and radiance to your skin, and it's just a miracle treatment. It's also really good for kind of dark pigmentation spots or age spots because it helps to fade them because, like I said, it provides brightness to the skin. So it's an all-rounder, and I find it's such a great product, and it doesn't leave your skin feeling kind of sticky or oily. It absorbs really quickly, and then you can apply your moisturizer and you don't kind of feel heavy or oily, which I particularly don't like because I feel like that's going to make my skin break out. I don't know why, it just gives me that feeling, but this definitely doesn't leave anything like that. It's very deeply hydrating, but it's not sticky or oily. Another product I love from the brand, which I think is discontinued because I cannot find it anywhere. I don't have it with me right now because I've run out of it, and like I said, I cannot find it anywhere, so unfortunately I can't show you a close-up of this one. It's the Idealist Even Skin Tone Illuminator Serum. Again, an amazing product. I used to love using this in the daytime. This one is not a hydrating serum. It's literally just an illuminating serum that gives you radiance. It helps kind of even out your skin tone. It helps with brightening kind of little pigmentation spots that you may have, which I have quite a lot because I have Asian skin. So when I have a kind of blemish or a breakout, that when they go away, they tend to leave a lot of kind of dark pigmentation spots behind. And I found that this serum really helped to get rid of that and to kind of make them fade out, and it just kind of brightened my skin. I loved using it under makeup. It was a gel type serum and it was a yellowish color with golden particles running through it. It didn't look kind of glittery or oily on the skin, but it literally just gave you kind of a really radiant glow, and it was just amazing. It was a little bit drying, so if you had very dry skin, then maybe it wasn't the right thing for you, but I had kind of very oily skin at the time and even now, and I just found it such a great serum. It didn't break me out, it didn't sort of dehydrate me too much because around here I am quite dry, that my skin didn't get flaky or anything, so it was so good and it just brightened my skin so much, and I just thought I had to mention it because it was a real favorite of the brand for me. If I can find it anywhere, I will link it below in the info box like all the other products, but if I can't find it, I just thought I had to tell you about it because I really loved that serum. It was the star product of all their products for me. Again, it wasn't kind of thick or gloopy. It was really nice. You just kind of massaged it into your skin within a couple of seconds and it disappeared. And like I said, it just gave you the most amazing radiant glow. When they discontinued this serum, they came out with another one, which is a pore minimizing serum, which was also from the Idealist range, and I purchased this one, which I will show you a close-up right now because I don't have it with me here. And this one was a kind of whitish, very watery textured serum, and again, it was supposed to do a similar thing, but it didn't have the golden particles running through it, and it was a lot more watery than the other serum. It blended into the skin super easily, super nicely because it was super watery. It did kind of, you had to be careful though because it kind of just falls everywhere. But yeah, I used to apply it to my T-zone, but I stopped using this serum because I really didn't like it. Basically, this one was really drying. I didn't find it minimized my pores that much, to be honest. I mean, it was okay. It didn't make a huge difference, and I found it really dried out my skin. So around here, it started to become really flaky. Makeup was not adhering properly. It was just kind of looking flaky and horrible, and I just really didn't enjoy using this serum at all. So I stopped using it. I think I've got still half the bottle left because I just really really didn't like it. Maybe if you have super oily skin, this could work well, but I do think there are better products out there to minimize pores and deal with oily skin. If you want something to really dry you out, you might like this one, but for me, that I have combination skin, it just really didn't work out. And I also didn't like that it was so watery that literally you would put a drop and it would just fall all over your face. It was hard to kind of massage it into your skin because everything would just kind of slide off your face. So I really didn't love that one. Also from the Idealist range, as you can see, I used quite a few things from this range, was the Idealist Cooling Eye Cream. Again, one that I cannot find anywhere. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if they've discontinued it. So unfortunately, I can't show you this one because I've run out of mine. But basically, I was using this for years. It was an eye cream and it came with a ceramic applicator on the end. You could keep it in the fridge to keep that ceramic applicator really cool, even though it would stay cool anyway, but if you kept it in the fridge, it would be extra cool. It was great for depuffing under your eyes. It wasn't very hydrating, so if you have kind of fine lines around here or very like dry under eyes, this one might not be one for you. But I really loved it because my area here is really not that dry. I find that I don't really need that much hydration, but I have really bad dark under eye circles. And ever since I stopped using this cream, I haven't been able to find anything to replace it. Again, it was a similar texture to the serum. It was a little bit thicker, and it was a kind of cool gel texture, and it was kind of yellowish, and it had a golden shimmer running through it, and it was just so illuminating, and it had a little bit of a kind of makeup-y tint to it. It wasn't a tinted moisturizer, but it did have a little bit of a makeup tint to it. So when you applied it underneath your eyes, it literally just faded your under eye darkness, and because it had those golden particles, it just reflected the light, and I found it just kind of got rid of a lot of my darkness underneath my eyes. So it was great to use under makeup, but also when I was having kind of makeup-free days, because it literally just would look like they weren't as prominent, even though I wasn't wearing any makeup. So I really loved this one. It wasn't so much because of how hydrating it was or because of their skincare qualities it had. It was more because of the effect it gave off. But if you had dark kind of under eye circles or a lot of hollow underneath your eyes, it was brilliant. If I can find it again, I would link it below, but I haven't been able to find it for a long time, so they might have discontinued it. Finally, from their skincare range, I used for a long time when I was still using soaps on my skin, I used the Estee Lauder Perfectly Clean Multi-Action Foam Cleanser. Sorry, I was looking down, but I had to read that super long name. Basically, this was a foaming, kind of moisturizing soap that you could use to clean your face. So what I would do is I would kind of cleanse it first with a cream cleanser, which is what I do now, and then I would use this foam to really deeply cleanse my skin. And you had it in 3 different, so you had it for kind of dry skin, sensitive skin, oily skin. I think there were 3 of them. I used to use the one for oily skin, which was the one in the blue bottle, and I'm definitely sure they still do this, so I will link it down below. And this one had a really interesting, it was like a cream, and then as you kind of mixed it with water and you massaged it in your hands, it started to foam up. And it had kind of a really pearlescent kind of glow, the cream. It was really nice, and it left your skin really clean, radiant, glowing. But because I have quite oily skin, the dermatologist recommended that I stopped using anything which had soap in it because that would actually break me out more. So I stopped using it, and that was in fact true. So I stopped using any kind of products that had any kind of soaps in them. But if you are looking for a good cleanser, this one was really good. I found that it really deeply cleaned my skin. It left it kind of squeaky clean, but at the same time it didn't really strip it from all its oils and left it super dry. It was really nice to kind of really deeply clean your skin, and like I said, they have different ones, so you can use what's appropriate for your skin. I don't use it anymore precisely because of that reason, but I really like this product. It was nice, it was easy to use, it left your skin kind of nice and very clean, and you kind of felt like it was squeaky clean, but at the same time it wasn't so dry that, you know, you just couldn't like move your face and it felt kind of crispy, which I absolutely hate with some foam cleansers. Okay, moving on to makeup. I recently got this little kit which was really nice. It was on offer here in Spain, and basically it had their little eye black primer, then their Sumptuous mascara, I think that's what it's called. It's the one in the golden bottle. Yeah, the Sumptuous mascara, and this little gel for the brows. I will link all the products below, but basically it was like a nice kit, and unfortunately though, I haven't used these products for very long, but I have to say I'm not super impressed. They're okay, but they're not amazing. This primer is supposed to kind of lengthen your lashes and thicken them and protect them. So I'm not sure about the protection. It might protect them and hydrate them from the mascara, but they didn't kind of thicken or lengthen all that much. The only thing is it is a primer that is black, which is really good because I find a lot of primers for mascara are white and they just make my mascara look grey instead of black, so I actually don't like using them. I'm not a huge fan of primers, as you know. For my skin and for my mascara, I just find them an extra step that doesn't do all that much. So it was okay, but I didn't find it made a big difference to my eyes, so I think it was a bit of an unnecessary step. The mascara is a little similar to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It's supposed to be very volumizing and dramatic, but I don't find that it's that dramatic. It is good if you want kind of a little bit of volume, a lot of length, and a lot of separation with no clumps. So like the Better Than Sex mascara. So if you like that kind of look, it's really, really good, and it's definitely very, very buildable. You can do kind of 3 or 4 coats and it won't clump. But if you want something super, super dramatic, then this one is not the one for you. I really like it for daytime because when I want to go for a more natural look, when maybe I haven't lined my eyes and I just want a really, really natural look, I find that it looks nice and it doesn't clump my lashes and they don't look spidery. And it is very black, so I really like it then. But for evening, when I want something a bit more dramatic, I just find it's not enough. And it is quite pricey, so it's okay, but I think you can find better mascaras out there if you want very, very voluminous lashes. But if you want just a lot of separation, length, and a little bit of volume, then this one is the right one for you. Finally, the gel for the brows. I find it's really good. It sets my brows in place. It doesn't leave them kind of crispy. I mean, it is a brow gel. Brow gels are, I don't find that much different between one brow gel and another. I've used the Anastasia one for a long time, but this one was really good. It left my brows kind of set in place, made them look more natural, less powdery, and yeah, it just kind of held up the whole day without making them look kind of crispy or glittery, which some do, and I absolutely hate that kind of glittery look on the brow. Moving on to eye products, a product I really love from Estee Lauder is their gel liner. I've been using this for ages. If you've seen my makeup tutorials, you will have seen me use it so many times, and I just really love this product. I used to use the Bobbi Brown gel liner, and I always used to find that that gel liner used to dry up so quickly. I would buy it and within a month it was dry, and literally there was still more than 3/4 of the product left. With this one, I've had this one for about almost a year, and there's still kind of about 1/4 of the product left, I'd say, and it hasn't dried out. It is a little bit drier than it was at the beginning, but you can definitely still use it. It glides on really easily. It's not super, super, super black, so I like to top it off with a liquid liner, but I find it really blendable. It stays in place, it doesn't smudge, it's really easy to kind of blend out, it doesn't dry out, and it's really easy to create a wing liner. If you're starting off with a wing liner, I would definitely recommend doing it first, at least with a gel, to create the shape, because with a brush and the gel, it's not that pigmented. You can really kind of get the right shape, and if you make a mistake, you can just kind of rub it off with a little Q-tip or your finger, and then you can put a liquid liner on top once the shape is made, and it makes life a lot easier. So if you're starting off, I would definitely recommend a gel liner, and this is one of the best ones I have found in the market. Also for eyes is this pencil, which is very worse for wear right now. It is very, very small, as you can see, and I've used them in the black and the brown. It is the Double Wear Stay in Place pencil, and I absolutely love these. The black one is really black. They don't smudge, they don't kind of crease. I do have to say that if you have very oily eyelids, if you use it on the top of your lid, it can sometimes smudge a little bit on the crease. So I don't love it to use it over the eyes. I do prefer the Chantecaille one, but to use inside the eyes, it's really good. I find that it doesn't kind of smudge or kind of run out or kind of run in my waterline. It is really, really black. The brown one is also really pigmented, so I really love these ones. But if you want to use them for kind of above your eye to create a line above your lash line, then I would say the Chantecaille one, for example, is better, because this one does smudge a little bit. But if you want to smudge it out, then this one is amazing. And once it's kind of been smudged out and it dries, it definitely sets in place. So a really, really good one. I've been using these for years. I think it was the first eye pencil I ever got, and yeah, they're pretty good. Also for eyes, I wanted to talk about their eyeshadows. I have quite a few. I have one of these 5 eyeshadow palettes that they come out with every year in the summer. They're sort of limited editions. Mine is the Topaz Mosaic. I've used this in so many tutorials. I love these eyeshadows. What can I say? The pigmentation is really good. They're not too pigmented. that you end up looking crazy if you just go a little bit overboard, but they are pigmented enough. These ones all have like a golden shimmer running through them, but it's not too glittery. It's just kind of a little bit of a glow. It does have a little bit of shimmer through it, but they're not kind of too much. Most of Estee Lauder shadows have a shimmer. They don't have a lot of matte shadows, so if you're a matte kind of girl, you might not like them, but I just find they blend super easily. They don't have any fallout, and they stay in place. They last really long, so I really, really like them. And I've been using them for years, and unfortunately not a lot of people talk about them, but I really, really love them, and I love the packaging with all the gold. I think it's really nice, really sleek, and yeah, I've loved this one for years, and it lasts so long because a little bit definitely goes a long way. Seen in a lot of my tutorials is a great palette because it has like a kind of orangey shade, then it has a more champagne shade, a more kind of pearlescent grayish shade, a medium brown, which I use all the time, especially as a transition shade because I love how it looks on the kind of crease area, and then a kind of yellowy golden. I don't really love that yellow because it's a bit too yellow, but all the other colors are really, really nice. I also have some of their smaller palettes with just 2 shadows. This one has a kind of grayish blue and a purple. These ones are not so great. I have to say their bigger palettes are much better. These ones are not that pigmented and they're a little bit harder to blend. They're not bad, but they're not amazing. I also have one of their single shadows. This one is in a kind of taupey grayish brown. Again, this one is just like the shadows in the palette, very buttery, easy to blend, they last really long. So my least favorite are the ones with just have like kind of 2 colors. I think I got this one as a gift actually, which is maybe why it's not so great, but I find that this one doesn't blend that well, but the single shadows and the kind of 5 eyeshadow palettes are amazing. Moving on to brows, again, the Estee Lauder, I think this is called the Automatic Brow Pencil Duo. I have this in a soft brown, and yeah, I really like it. The only thing is the tip is quite thick, so if you're in a rush, it's amazing because you can fill in your brows super, super quickly. It lasts really long, it's easy to blend in, it's not too soft that it kind of smudges everywhere, but it's not too hard that it's kind of impossible to draw the hairs in. I would say if you're in a rush, it's a great one. I don't understand the kind of brush it has on the other side. I don't really know what this is for because I think a spoolie would have been so much more useful. But they now do this in a thinner tip, and I think that would be so much better to kind of create individual hairs, because this one, the tip is really round and really thick, so it's not amazing, but it's great if you're in a rush. The product quality is really good, but again, I think the thinner tip would be much better. It is kind of one of those twisty pencils, so it's good because you don't need to sharpen it or anything. For face products, unfortunately, I've never tried any of their foundations, and I cannot believe that because the Estee Lauder Double Wear has been kind of hyped everywhere. I did try it once kind of as a tester in a mall, and I just found that it was just a little bit too kind of thick and heavy coverage. As you know from my videos, I don't really like very full coverage foundations because I prefer to kind of build up with concealer, and that was a bit too full coverage for me, but apparently it's amazing if you want something super, super full coverage. It's a really hyped up product, it's a real cult product, and now they've come up with like a softer, kind of less coverage version. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's kind of a thinner version. I will link it on the screen now if I can find it, but it's like a thinner foundation from also the Estee Lauder Double Wear range, and that one's supposed to be a softer coverage. I haven't tried it myself, but apparently they're amazing if you have oily skin because they're oil free and they're very, very good in terms of coverage. So I will have to try this one that seems to have a little bit less coverage, and I will report back once I do. Also, on the topic of face products, I have the Bronze Goddess powder. This is their bronzing powder, and I love the fact that it's so huge. I mean, look at it next to my face. It is massive, and I've had this for like 2 years now. Probably I should throw it out, but I've hit pan on it and there's still so much product left though. It's a really nice bronzer, super easy to blend in. It doesn't have too much pigmentation. It's not too orange, but it does warm up your skin. I wouldn't use this as a contour, it's more of a bronzer, but I really like the shade. It has a very, very faint golden shimmer running through it. It's a very kind of golden goddess look. I really like it. I love it for the summer, just kind of dust on and go. Like I said, it's not too pigmented, so you can't go overboard, but it does have enough pigmentation to sort of show up and give you a really lovely golden glow. So I really, really like this. The brush is also quite nice. It's pretty big, so if you just want to kind of dust on a little bit, kind of making a 3 around your face, it's really good. I tend to use a blush brush, but if I'm in a rush, this one's pretty good. And finally, moving on to lip products. I have quite a few, and these are not all that I have. So firstly, their lip gloss. This is the Pure Color High Gloss. I love the color of this gloss. It's like a classic gloss. You know, like the ones that came out when glosses first started to go in fashion? I mean, I remember having these kind of glosses in this kind of tubes that you kind of squeeze and you just put it on your lips with this applicator. I used to remember having these when I was in school. My friend Liz actually used to love applying this, and she would spend all her classes kind of putting these glosses over her lips, so I definitely remember these from my school days. But this one's kind of a classic gloss. It's got a beautiful color and it has a lot of kind of real kind of like a glossy finish, very kind of high shine, but it is kind of very classic in texture as well, so it's very gloopy, very thick, and it is sticky, so I don't love this one because I absolutely hate sticky glosses. I find that my hair just gets stuck in them and I just hate them. Lipsticks, however, are really nice. I love their texture. They mostly have a kind of really hydrating, classic cream texture. That's how most of their lipsticks go. I haven't tried their matte ranges, although I know now they have quite a few matte ones, but I haven't tried them. I have quite a few shades. I have this one, which is like a burgundy brownish color, which I don't use that much because it doesn't suit my skin tone that much, but I have had it for a long time. I also have this one, which is a really lovely natural nude. I will swatch these all on the screen now. Then I have some from this range, which is their Pure Color range. These ones are, the golden ones are from their signature lipstick range. And this one is from their Pure Color range. And this one is a lovely kind of orangey coral, really nice for the summer. And then I have this one, which is a lovely mauvey pink. It's almost finished. I'm taking it out with a brush because I really love the shade, but it's a really lovely mauvey pink. I will link all the colors below and I will swatch them on the screen now. And these ones, like I said, they're all a lovely kind of cream texture. They last kind of decently well for a cream textured lipstick. They're very hydrating. They leave your lips really nourished, but they still have quite a lot of pigmentation. So I really like kind of classic lipsticks. I don't really like the super matte ones, and I really like the glossy or classic ones. These ones are good if you want a bit more kind of color payoff, and the colors are very classic colors, sort of rosy pinks, reds, mauvey pinks, so very classic colors, so maybe not so funky. If you want something really young and vibrant and funky, they might not be the ones for you, but if you're looking for classic colors, then I really love Estee Lauder. The quality is amazing and the color payoff is also really good. Okay guys, well that was everything from me. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it wasn't too long. I feel like I've been rambling on for ages, but I hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments below if you have tried products from Estee Lauder, what you've loved, what you haven't liked so much. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!